Hi folks, Brian here from quantlabs.net. Just wanted to go over some of the questions I got earlier today. Not affiliated with the questions, but I've already done a webinar I'll be posting later today. It'll be on my YouTube channel, on the podcast that we call Coinbase versus Kraken versus cryptocurrency debate. And what it's about in this particular, it's a webinar, 1 hour and 23 minutes. As you can see here at the bottom, talking about the advantages of Binance US and also just overall Binance. I've mentioned this before over the last week to 2 weeks on why Binance itself over Binance US, but of course, if you're US based, you have no option but Binance US. I'll cover this in the series of questions I'm going to come up with, but this also covers why cryptocurrency over Forex. In this video, there's a section on that as well. I've already put up a video, but this just reconfirms what I'm seeing. Okay, so this person came back, said, "Hi, Brian. Sorry, I just saw this email now. How are your bots doing?" Last week, which was today is Monday, October 28th. So this question lead in. You mentioned it has 76% win ratio. Is that FX and crypto combined? No. Right now, with the problems I've had with Kraken and crypto, I have revamped it with basic entry logic. I'll just change the indicator to get, on average, the lowest I've seen since Thursday, Friday, a 73% win ratio is the lowest. So I'll safe to say it maybe 70%. Is that FX and crypto combined? Okay, if you might have missed out on FX with the change that I made on this particular one, I don't think, and I mentioned it in the webinar as well, I really don't think this 76% win ratio bot will work in FX. The reason is because of commission fees. The commission fees are just too exorbitant, even though you think they're low, but they're still too exorbitant to get the break even, just to break even, and then from that point get profit. So because at least on Binance, I don't know about Binance US, the fees there, but they're low enough to be able to get profit consistently. Because a lot of people, as one of the factors that I mentioned last week about daily target profit levels or returns on your total amount that you're willing to put at risk, that return, you should have a percent that you set daily to retain the profit, so you're not over trading where you'll lose that profit. The other factor is in regards to commission fees. So I've already addressed that in the webinar, but essentially, as I said, when you have a commission of 1/10 of 1% in Binance, that gives you a much better fighting chance to make cash in crypto. Because one thing you need to understand about crypto, Forex is about you put on a trade and it's a position as a broker. So if you're buying euro, US dollar, and you buy into that, you're just entering into the market. In order to profit, you need to close the position. Exchanges in crypto don't work that way. What you're essentially buying is, let's say, buy Ethereum. You buy into Ethereum, Ethereum goes up, and then you can take that same Ethereum transaction or quote-unquote position, which it really is not. You're just buying Ethereum. You can then take that same capital, that same what you think is a position, and buy something else and make money on that. So there's really no concept of positions in crypto. So that needs to be understood. Now, this question, do you have the ratio broken down by FX and crypto individually? I don't think winning ratio here is a factor. It's commission fees. If your commission fees with FX are too high, no matter what you do, you have to factor in a certain percent to accommodate on the break even on the commission fee. But if you're trading like one of these exotic pairs, let's say Turkish lira or the South African rand, now you also have to factor in the break even for the spread, and then on the spread you hope you make money there. The other problem is, so let me answer that. So you have to factor in not the win ratio of you could have a winning ratio in forex at 70%, but for that strategy or that bot, it still may not make money. Not even though you have a winning ratio bot in forex, but if the commissions are too high, no matter what you do, you're not making money no matter what. So you do have to factor in the big one really is the commission fee. And with, as I said, with Binance, and only Binance from what I've seen, which is one of the lower commission fees in exchanges, and it's low enough, you should be able to make profit at 76% when you factor in the commission fee. That's very important, regardless of the win ratio. Because if you're, as I said, if your commission fee is too high, then doesn't matter what you do, your bot's going to lose majority of the time. How about the returns of the past few months? As I said, this was just implemented like on Thursday, and it's only Monday, so it's way too early to tell. I will say, with Thursday there was a $1,300 drop in Bitcoin, so that's the extreme low end, and I will say that it made money in that drop, and you would think no one's going to make money in that environment when Bitcoin drops $1,300 on Thursday. Next day it went up almost 40%. Did it make money? Hell yeah. It had probably one of the best trading profit days that I've ever seen in the last year or 2 years with this. And what will elite members get? Okay, that's a very good question. I'll just put it in a nutshell. But if you go to the quantlabs.net site, go under store, I've got a link for that. If you go under store, there's a link there for the elite. And just click that, and it'll fully explain what you get. And in essence, you're getting 5 courses right here. I think it's 6 now. You get a 10-year archive of everything I've done. Right now, being again the 28th, it's 3 years. So you get access to everything I do for the next 3 years. You get access to the analytics service, which I'm now charging $100 a month for. On top of that, you get the other course here, the Python 3 course for Python trading course infrastructure, which I'm now charging $300 for. So between these two, that's $1,500. But right now, it's $997 for 3 years. So you multiply these two services out times 3, you'll be well above $997. It'll be like 3 times, maybe three and a half times more roughly. That's all going to change because we're reducing it from 3 years to 2 years. So be aware of that. That deadline's probably coming on Wednesday or Thursday. Back to the questions. So you get all that stuff in a nutshell. There's a lot there, but you can get all the information and watch this video to know what you're getting. It's a real deal. And now that I'll be adding credibility to it with the coin tracking info, you can be assured that that price will be going up, and I'll be getting pretty aggressive on the Facebook marketing as well. We will have access to the indicators. No, but then we will need to tune them to get the results. Yeah, I mean, let's face it. There's nothing ever guaranteed, but I do have different categories here in the elite. If you click on, let's say, let me think here, take you to the service, the software. Where's the software? There's so much in here, it's crazy. Right here, software. So if you go under that, you'll get the most latest stuff. And what I've been doing for the last couple of weeks is giving code demos. So we got here profit, risk management, portfolio factors for a winning trading algo. That was an hour and a half. You get source code there. Okay, so you get all that source code. And there's source code walkthroughs. Breaking down another trading rule potentially on a 2-day, 14-day analysis before you take a trade. Some samples of Kraken orders. code walkthrough for SMA Fibonacci Bitcoin bot, and that's the entire bot. So I'm adding more source code and demos to this. That's why as I add more, it's becoming much more valuable, regardless what you use and don't use, because I'm using it. So that's why it's going to be going up. Sorry for all the questions, but I'm always curious to learn more about algo trading since I've been back testing some algos. Been watching those videos, you know what my stance is on back testing. A lot of times that's a kind of a big waste of time. But watch videos for that to know why. Looking to launch crypto algo later this week or early next week. Yeah, I've been saying that for a while. But to get to this point, you got to put the work in. There's no doubt about it. Hopefully, I've answered those questions. Also, as I said, that this membership will be going up. I'm hoping by the end of November, I'll have only an annual price, and then even go up further from there as I'm proving that these bots are profitable. Well, not just that, not only profitable, but they will be profitable with credibility with the coin tracking info, which is a direct link into the Binance accounts. And again, there's going to be two accounts now. It looks like there's going to be Binance US, Binance itself. So the Binance US is to support the US customers out there. So that's where it's going. And again, if you want to know more about that, all you got to do is go under somewhere on the site and just look for the store link. And then you got the Elite. Now, if that's not enough for you, you can always go to quantlabs.net/book to sign up to learn more stuff, get on my newsletter, and get some free PDFs. They'll help you out. So that's what we're doing, and hopefully we shall talk to you soon. And one last thing I forgot to add is you get a lifetime membership to the private chat server, which can be useful for people to be part of a conversation that I don't put up publicly. On that, we shall talk to you later, and have a good day.